In times when nothing stood, but worsened or grew strange, there was one constant good: she did not change. Many of you will recognize their words from the poet Philip Larkin, written about our late Majesty the Queen. And like so many of you, indeed, probably all of you, I've been deeply saddened by the passing of Her Majesty. And I've been particularly struck by the reaction to her passing, the impact that has had on me, on our community, the country, the Commonwealth, indeed the world as a whole. And I've been pondering in the last few days, why has that impact been so significant? Because many monarchs or very notable people have passed before, they will pass again. But this seems particularly momentous, and there could be many reasons for it. She was our living national embodiment link with the Second World War. And of course, she served in the Second World War in uniform, and obviously was a princess in that war. Her sheer longevity on the throne for 70 years. Indeed, it could also just be the magic of monarchy in an age where, in a supposedly egalitarian democratic age where nobody's supposed to care too much about those things. But I don't think it's actually for any of those reasons, fundamentally. I think the core reason why her death has had such an impact on us all is something else. And it's because Her Majesty the Queen embodied something very special that is rare, and that, dare I say it, is becoming rarer nowadays. And it's what I like to call an ethic of service. An ethic of service. Service to her family, service to the nation, service to the Commonwealth. Now, what do I mean by that? The first thing I'd say is, let's all be honest with ourselves. We all want to, in our chosen field, want to be important. We want to win the race. We want to win the prize. We want to surpass others. We want attention. We want to achieve distinction. We want to lead the parade. We want to be praised by others. This is a natural human instinct. Admittedly, it's one found particularly in politicians, but it's a natural human instinct. It starts even from the first cry of a baby, a cry for attention, and it continues into adulthood. And Martin Luther King, in one of his later sermons, calls this the drum major instinct. And if allowed to run rampant, that desire for us to be first, to be important, to be at the front, can be very destructive and damaging, particularly for those in any position in public life. It leads to the satisfaction of ego above all else. It leads to poor leadership, because the only thought that's gone into trying to be somebody, rather than thinking about what good you will do when you are, if and when you are in a position. In Mark chapter 10, verses 43 to 44, Jesus makes clear to his disciples that whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be slave of all. Now, I think this is a very interesting passage, because Jesus does not say, don't want to be first. He doesn't say that. He doesn't say, you shouldn't have that human instinct. He says you should keep feeling the need to be important, to be first. But you should be first, not in status or in rank, but we should all try and aim to be first in thinking of others, to be first in moral excellence, to be first in generosity. That is what I call the ethic of service, and Her Majesty the late Queen had it in spades. And it is this ethic of service, in contrast to what in the modern day I often think of as the ethic of self-service. It is that why Her Majesty is so deeply mourned by so many millions, indeed hundreds of millions of people. It is this ethic, through her example, that she left us. She showed immense discipline in withholding her personal opinions because she knew, it wasn't because she didn't have them, it's because she knew that she needed to be a unifying figure for everybody. She showed her complete lack of racial or class or any other sort of prejudice, which helped our country over the 70 years of her reign move from what was effectively a white imperial nation to a multi-ethnic one within the Commonwealth of Nations. She showed through carrying out literally thousands and thousands of visits and public engagements all over the country, mostly with organizations and in places that very few people would have heard of before or since. She knew and she showed that the people who deserve that sparkle of fame, of stardust, of magic, were the little platoons of the people of this country helping others in every corner of their communities. She knew that, and she gave that example to her whole royal family. She knew that they were the beating heart of our society. Her Majesty's steadfast dedication to duty remains unmatched anywhere in the world, her ethic of service. She was our compass. She was our anchor. She was our constant. And let us learn from her example in our own lives, whatever we do, to try and exhibit the ethic of service, not self-service. We will all miss Her Majesty greatly. Thank you, ma'am.